I had a concrete plan. I had a plan. I had a roadmap. And unless you have a roadmap, how are you going to make 500 million? You're going to make $1 billion. The odds of you making 500 million or $1 billion aren't absolute zero, but they're pretty close to being zero, because it's just like the wishing and hoping slide that we had. God love my mother, wishing and hoping and praying. I should change that to say wishing, hoping, and praying. But I left the praying. I don't want a lightning bolt to come down and hit me in the head, especially since I'm carrying Mother Teresa's little card around with her little piece of her habit. And so I mean, part of what, when you leave here, you got to put a plan together, with no timelines, but a plan. Okay, I want to make, now curiously enough, I wanted to make $50 million. I wanted to do $50 million my first year in business. And, I did $50,540,000. What if I had put $500 million? Maybe I would have gotten 10 more contracts with the federal government. But I sat back on my laurels after, because I knew $50 million in 1982 for your first year in business with no employees was pretty fucking impressive. It's still fucking impressive today, okay? And even I, who had set high goals, 30 years on, they were too low. But I had a plan how to get there. Not just $1 billion, from scamsters on the internet, or whatever, or swindling old ladies in Kaiserslautern, or whatever. And so you got to put, and what I want you to do between now and Friday night, is how are you gonna do that money? What are you gonna do? What do you have to do other than marry it? Which I don't have. I don't have any trouble marrying $1 billion at my age. Sally doesn't have $1 billion; but she's got a lot of money, so I don't have any trouble with that. But other than marry it, how are you gonna get the money? Where's it gonna come from?
To correct man, because you asked how much money is rich, and I answered that question, not what's your goal you want to accomplish.
Okay, but see, I understand. See, this is a German excuse. Okay. Well then, what if I said how much money is poor?
No, I want to. My goal is much more than 500 million.
Okay, well fine. We'll let you change yours. It's all right. How much money is rich? If how much money is rich. And how much money, if you want to adjust the number, fine. You adjust the number. If you want to be German and you want to adjust the number and you want to do a spreadsheet, and I don't want a fucking spreadsheet. All I want 10 points. How are you going to make whatever the amount of money is? 10 points. How are you going to do it?
I know.
Don't tell me. I said you fucking by Friday night, you put it on a piece of paper.
Yeah, but I know already.
Okay, well fine. You write it down and you print it out. You ask them to print the fucker out.
But I don't have the business plan.
It's not a business plan. It's 10 fucking points. 10. For the Germans, we'll make it 20 points. For everybody that has German blood in them, you can make it 20 points. If you got no fucking German blood. Okay, now, our Bavarians are smarter, right, supposedly? Okay.
So close.
What?
They should give Bavaria to the Polish people, not Russia.
Yeah. I'm gonna send these tapes to Kleinfeld. And when he says to me, he emails me back, who is you? He's an ex-Siemens guy. He'll fucking die. He says, where? And I said, Miss Klaus, you're gone from Siemens now. He says, where was he? What division? Was he in healthcare? I think he was in automotive bullshit. I don't know what he was in. And he say, but I told you my favorite Siemens employee is the guy that ate, the homosexual that ate alive. He fucking ate him alive. He didn't kill him off. He ate him alive and then cooked him in front of the guy and ate him in front of him while I was watching. There's a lot of weird people out there, believe me. And we've seen a lot of them that sit, not in this room, but in the castle. But we've seen a lot of weird people in this this goddamn thing. And whenever I think this, I've seen the most weird, I have another seminar, and then I'm just, I just can't believe it. That people are walking around the earth. Like when you see these movies about the Walking Dead, the zombie, they're alive and well in Frankfurt. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Maybe you can send some regards to Klaus, because I tried the same way to be my mentor, to ask him whether.
Oh, you did? While he was at Alcoa or Siemens?
At Alcoa, I spoke to his assistant.
Which assistant?
From him.
Oh no, but he's got three. Which one?
I don't know if that was a girl or a woman.
Well, there's three women. Okay, you probably got through the junior one.
I can. Yeah,
okay.
I think I wrote her an email. I can give you.
Okay, and did she have a German accent?
Sorry.
Did she have a German accent?
Oh, I can't recall.
Okay. We got one German.
No, I think she spoke because we made a lot of fun. I think she was very American.
Okay.
But I can.
Well, I don't know if he still had, but I was teasing him because
he didn't call it back.
He didn't call back.
No answer. No.
Okay. Well, I called him recently, and I got a voicemail from a girl, and so then I called the other number I had, and I said I guess Stephanie, whatever her name is. Oh no, Stephanie left Alcoa a year ago. I said, well, why are you still, a number that I've got for Klaus's private number, it's still got some bimbo that's not there anymore. Oh, this is not possible. I said, here, 212, and I give him you fucking dial it. You see who you get. And of course she never called back. But, because it was, but he's got three assistants. He's got three. And, it's, yeah. But Klaus, if he took the time to be somebody's mentor, he's great. He's working with Derek. He's helping him, mentor him a little, as are a couple other of my mentees, but Derek says, Dad, are you as tough on these guys as you are on me? Well, when you ask them, Derek, what do they say? They say, yeah, your father's very hard. I'm afraid to have lunch with him. I'm afraid, and they are. Klaus included. I'm afraid to have dinner with him. When Dan pulls out his notes, it sends a shiver up my back. Because when you tell me something, Stefan, or you, Robert, you better fucking do it. I don't care if you're fucking Klaus Kleinfeld, CEO of Siemens, or whoever the fuck you are. You better fucking do it.
I did the plan.
What?
I did the plan.
Okay, fine. Well, don't show me right now. Don't show me fucking right now. Anyway, and so when I pull out my, and sometimes I come with a whole file because I've got the backup emails and all the references. When they say, well, I don't remember saying that, and I go, okay. As I was saying, point 3. But yes, because another guy named Andrew Reed, who's an Olympian guy from Toronto, excuse me, and he said your father's extremely hard. There are no excuses with your father. He says, yeah, well that's about same with me. So he treats, as Klaus would say, he treats everybody the same, like shit. And I do. I'm the same with everybody, whether you're my own flesh and blood or you're the CEO of Siemens. And as the Germans will probably know, the CEO of Siemens is, nobody tells him anything wrong. He's got so many yes men sucking his ass. He doesn't need sex with Birgit, his lovely wife, because everybody got their head up his ass, telling him, oh, Herr Doctor, so smart, what a brilliant idea. It's unbelievable. And that's why so many things go wrong in these big companies, because everybody's bucking for promotion. And you can't tell Von Peer or Kleinfeld or any of these guys that they're fucking crazy. We're trying to build an elite team. We will build an elite team, and that's what you're going to be. You're going to be trained assassins with your directors. Trained assassins, and assassins don't leave any prisoners. The boss drives his men, the leader coaches him. The boss depends on authority, the leader on goodwill. The boss inspires fear, the leader inspires enthusiasm. The boss fixes the blade, the leader fixes the breakdown. The boss says go, the leader says we go. Let's go. 7 words that you lose from your vocabulary. This is the way we do it here. That dog doesn't hunt anymore. It's not, this is the way we do it here. What do you think? Some people are so good that nothing a leader can do will make them better. Others are so incorrigible that nothing can be done to improve them. But the great bulk of the people will go with the moral tide of the moment. The leader must help create that tide. Yeah, most people will go with the flow. Even a German board, they will go with the flow. With moral authority, strong. You saw it. I hate to keep going back to your heritage, your legacy. Legacy wishes everybody wishes it never happened, but it did. So you obviously went with the flow. You went with the flow. To be a leader, you have to have followers. Leadership and selling your dream. My task is to get grown men and women to do what they don't want to do so they can be what they want to be. My goal is to get you what you don't do normally in your comfort zone, so you can be what you want to be, so you can have what you want to have, so you can have the choices you want to have. But it's not easy because inherently you don't want to do it. It's not in your comfort zone. It's like going in. Who's the big the two Russian brothers that are world champion?
Klitschko.
Yeah. One has one belt and the other one's got two other belts. Yeah. It's like back in the old days, when Mike Tyson was at his prime. People used to say, "Would you get in the ring with Mike Tyson for 20 million, 10 million, 50 million, 100 million?" And 20 years ago, I was 20 years ago. Yeah, sure, I'd get in the ring with him for 10 million. Fucking right, I would. And but most people wouldn't. And I've seen him fight. And I've said that even after that. Now, at 64, I wouldn't get it. Well, of course, now he's 44. So I'm not, so it's and he's got a big pot belly now. And Tyson was a great athlete. But my comfort zone is I'm a big, strong guy. I'm trained well. So, how bad can I get hurt in one round, And so I would do, but my comfort zone is different than your comfort zone. And in a transaction, a business deal, it's just like, I've represented myself in court 3 times. I fired my lawyers, represented myself 3 times, and I've won all 3. Twice in front of judges and once in front of a jury. I was so pissed off, I said, "You're fucking sacked." And the judge more than once said, "Mr. Penna, you realize," and they go through all the shit about, "Nah, you're not supposed to." I'm aware of this. And in a couple of cases, I made the QC, Queen's Counsel, look stupid. I had a senior guy from the University of Edinburgh Law School, a 3rd-year law student, come here and do all the research. He had 2 guys do it, and I was prepared. I got up there. Well, the recent case of and it was great fun. I'm sure I would have been a great litigator. Not many people, and I didn't do it because I didn't have the money to do it. I did it because I wanted to make a point, because they weren't being aggressive enough. Because the legal community up in Scotland is very close. Everybody's nice to everybody. Nobody wants to piss anybody else off. Well, I don't give a fuck, so I'm happy to piss them off. And so, but it's about the comfort zone. So I'm comfortable in almost any kind of situation. But I've got to get you to do things you don't want to do so you can be what you want to be. I'm not going to teach you about leadership, but guide you based on my own experience. Leadership is like gravity. We all know it's there, but we don't know how to define it. This is a great line. At Parris Island, the Marine Corps, the title is Upper Mobility, How to Succeed in Business Without Losing Your Soul. At Parris Island, the Marine Training Camp officers and NCOs adapted the affection of carrying a swagger stick everywhere they went. Then the island got a new commandant, general named David Shoup. He was already legendary, a Medal of Honor winner for heroism at the Battle of Tarawa, and a man who reputed to write poetry in his spare time. With nothing left to prove, the general's style was adamantly utilitarian. From the minute he came on board, it was conspicuously obvious that the new top man did not carry a swagger stick. A few days after he had made his first inspection tour of the island, the following memo was passed on the bulletin boards of all units. from the commanding general regarding swagger sticks. If you need one, carry one. Now, does everybody understand? If you need one, carry one.
What is a swagger stick?
German officers,
Okay.